Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video, honey. Let's get into this one because exactly as I told you guys in the previous video, Tony Saxton, he lost, honey, and he lost big time. Now, I have some more updates for you guys, courtesy of Kanye's post. Green Girl, Emily, she attended court every single day and she has been delivering the news on what transpired in the courtroom. And as such, she has some key points that are very important to this case. Tony Saxton, he lost bigger than we thought, honey. Bigger than we thought. Because remember, he sued Ye for wrongful termination. And now, according to the details of the jury findings, the jury saying Ye did not wrongfully terminate Tony Saxton. He had every right to terminate his service because Tony Saxton was not doing the job that Ye required of him. Okay? So, this is when I tell you guys that, remember I said, you could tell that this guy was lying about a lot of things, and it is now coming to light. So, some of the key jury findings is that the jury concluded that Tony Saxton was classified as an employee rather than an independent contractor. He went into this lawsuit as an independent contractor, and you guys remember that I looked up his details and I said this man is no independent contractor, providing you have been following from 2023, right? Now, another thing, you see, I've been calling these things, I've been telling you guys these things. Another thing, they confirmed that Saxton did sustain injuries while working on the house project. He did sustain injuries, but you see, those injuries, it was his fault because he's not a contractor. He was working independently and he did not, it's kind of his fault. And also you can't blame him because he doesn't know, right? But he told Ye he could do the work when he could not because he didn't have the knowledge. So they're saying that Tony Saxton is kind of like a jack of all trades, but he did not wear the proper gears. And as you guys can remember, if you have been keeping up in 2023, I said to you guys he wasn't wearing the correct gears to do the demolition work. So as such, they confirmed that Saxton sustained injuries while working on the Undo house project. Remember the house was designed by Taro Ando, the famous Japanese architect, right? Now, as a result, the jury awarded him for $140,000 in damages. So Ye is liable for $140,000 in damages. But there are some other twists and turns to this case. So they're saying that in addition to the $140,000 that Ye is going to have to pay this guy, Ye's legal team is anticipated to cover attorney fees, court costs, and expenses for the expert witnesses, okay? These additional expenses could potentially elevate the total financial impact to nearly $1 million, though the exact figure remains unconfirmed. So Ye is going to still take out a huge chunk out of his pocket. But this is still a big victory for Ye because guess what? This man was trying to swindle Ye and he went on national TV. Remember, he did several interviews and he painted one horrible picture of Ye, right? So when you have to secure your image and reputation, that is priceless, honey. And we know that a lot of people, they're not going to forgive Ye for a lot of things that he has said. They will tell you that, when someone else does something, that person was unwell when that person did it. But with Ye is not going to be forgiven because so many factors to be considered in that. The color of his skin is also a factor in that as well. And the truth is that Ye has repeated instances of some bad behaviors because he wasn't taking care of himself, right? So when Ye fought to protect his image and reputation, in this case, he did the right thing. The $1 million, it's it's a lot, but it's not a lot for Ye. It's a small price to pay to keep his image and integrity intact because everyone was looking at this man as this horrible person who hires people, abuse people, use them for work, and they do the work and they don't get paid, when that was not what had happened here. So $1 million, it's a small fee to keep his integrity intact because the court is saying, no, there's no wrongful termination here, right? And all the abuse that you've outlined, that did not happen. So, the court is saying no punitive damages for Tony Saxton. Ye is not liable to pay him for any punitive damages. So, the jury ruled in favor of Ye on several critical issues. They determined that Ye did not wrongfully terminate Saxton. Saxton was not granted the punitive damage, and the list goes on. So, when I tell you guys that this is a huge victory for Ye, it is a huge victory. It's a big deal, and it's a big win for him because if Ye did not fight back, see the importance of fighting back? This is the importance of fighting back, even when you're afraid. It's very important to fight back because this guy was going on national TV and he was painting pictures and telling stories of Ye that aren't true. And I said you could see the lies in it. And if I'm the small man and if I could see the lies and I did point out the lies to you guys all the way back in 2023, I highlighted all the lies in this case. And I said, you know what? I do believe Ye has some money for him. I did say that. Even in my most recent video, I said, I do believe Ye has some money for him. But no wrongful termination, no punitive damage. So, this brings us right back to what the internet is saying. Ye did not do anything wrong because it could not fulfill the obligations that Ye hired it to fulfill. Everyone wants to rip off Ye. They look at this man as, oh, Ye is crazy. So I'm going to trick him and I'm going to tell him that I can do the work. And then I'm going to make mischief on him. I'm going to tell lies on him and I'm going to get away with it. But the court is saying, no, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. And you will not get to have your way in this. And you know what? Kudos to Ye for standing up for himself. Kudos to him for defending himself on this one. And I do hope that Ye keeps himself clear of these people and work with professional people, work with contractors. Stop. You see, Ye's problem is Ye loves to sorry for people. Every time you see someone, that's a person, oh, I'm having a hard time, Kanye. Things are rough with me, Kanye. Kanye is like, okay, I'm going to help you out. But you got to help me out too. So Ye is always looking for a mutual exchange. But these people, they're always looking for a ripoff. He's the Yeezy Don. Yeezy and Adidas were in swing at that time. And everyone here, $3 billion, and they believe that they should be a part of the $3 billion. They don't care how Ye came by the $3 billion. In their head, he has good money, and everyone wants a piece of that pie. And life doesn't work like that. Because guess what? Everyone, yes, we were not given the same opportunities in life, but not because someone has a large amount of money, it doesn't mean that you're entitled to that person's money or that person's item. Let people be Stop hunting people for something that is not yours, something that doesn't belong to you. Stop telling lies on people for your own personal gain, to line your pocket. You know, it is disgusting. It is a disgusting behavior. And I'm happy that justice prevail on both sides. Small price to pay. He has been vindicated. And I'm really, truly, genuinely happy for him. So, that's all we have to talk about for this video. But stay tuned. We have a lot more to talk about on different topics. Remember to thumbs up this video, share, do all you need to do to support your girl. Peace